What if a riddle could actually break time? A puzzle so flawless, so perfectly contradictory, that if it were real, it could shatter the very laws of cause and effect. Here's the setup. I invent a time machine. I build it for one reason, to go back and prevent the accident that killed my grandfather, years before he ever met my grandmother, and I succeed. He lives. But if he lives a different life, he never meets my grandmother. My father is never born. And if my father is never born, then I am never born. So who went back in time to save him? This is the grandfather paradox. On the surface, it's a perfect, unbreakable loop that makes changing the past impossible. But today we're not just going to admire the problem, we're going to solve it. The grandfather paradox feels so impossible because it takes aim at the most fundamental rule of our universe: cause and effect. Every effect has a cause. You drop a glass, gravity and your clumsy hands are the cause. The shattered mess on the floor is the effect. Our entire reality is built on this simple, forward-moving chain. But the paradox throws a grenade into the system, creating a situation where an effect erases its own cause. My existence is the cause that lets me travel through time. The effect of my trip is preventing my own existence. The snake doesn't just eat its own tail, digests itself so completely that it was never a snake to begin with. And this isn't just a fun thought experiment. Theoretical physics, specifically Einstein's theory of general relativity, actually allows for closed time-like curves. These are pathways through space-time that could, in theory, loop back, making time travel to the past physically possible. So if the laws of physics might one day open that door, we have to deal with the logic. The paradox isn't just a riddle, it's a giant wall standing between us and the mastery of time. It feels like a cosmic checkmate. But is it? We are now officially 2 episodes deep into our 3-part series on the greatest paradoxes of all time. Each episode takes a deep dive into a fascinating logical or scientific puzzle, explores why it's so difficult to solve, and ultimately arrives at the most satisfying solution. Our first escape route is maybe the most elegant, and also the most frustrating. It's a concept called the Navikov self-consistency principle. Put simply, it states that you can go to the past, but you cannot change it in any way that creates a paradox. The universe just won't allow it. Any event that would create a contradiction has a 0% chance of happening. What does that look like in practice? Let's play this out. You step out of the time machine, heart pounding, ready to rewrite history. You race to the intersection where the accident will happen. You see your grandfather step off the curb as a car speeds toward him. You lunge forward to push him to safety. But in your rush, you trip on a loose cobblestone. Startled by the sound, he turns to look at you, and that one moment of hesitation puts him directly in the car's path. You didn't prevent the accident. Your attempt to save him caused it. According to this principle, your actions in the past were always a part of history. You aren't changing anything. You're just playing your part in a script that has already been written. The past is set in stone. You can be in it, you can witness it, you can even be a cause within it, but you cannot alter the outcome. This solves the paradox by never letting it form. But this solution comes at a staggering cost: free will. If every move we make in the past is already part of the story, are we just puppets in a cosmic play? So, is the universe a single, self-correcting timeline, as the Navikov self-consistency principle suggests? If so, the riddle is a trick question. You can't break time because you were always part of its unchangeable story. Or is reality an endlessly branching tree of parallel universes? If that's the case, you can solve the riddle. You can save your grandfather. But you only succeed by severing yourself from your own history, creating a new world at the cost of your old one. The grandfather paradox, in the end, isn't a single lock with a single key. It's a prism that reflects our biggest questions about free will, reality, and the chain of cause and effect. The logic puzzle can be solved, but the real mystery, which solution is true, for us is something we all get to wonder about. What do you think? Which solution feels right to you? So let me know in the comments below.